Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. MersLess Ones here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video. And in this one, I'm going to be showcasing the new Swimsuit Macy from the Burn the Witch banner. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to this channel or you have been here for a while, please consider subscribing and help me get to 550 subscribers. Also, if you would like to further support me in the channel, you can become a channel member, and that is entirely up to you. Now, with all that said, let us go ahead and get started. As you can see, this Macy is a technique unit with the no affiliation killer. So this will be pretty much a bare minimum showcase. I'd say bare minimum, and by that I'm meaning 1 out of 5. Transcendent slot at level 10 and Links slots at level 20, just because I think that is pretty much the bare minimum nowadays. It's very easy to get the resources needed to get your characters at least to T20 and level 10 Transcendent, so that's just my definition of what the bare minimum is. So moving on with the next thing, she does have an EX skill, which gives her EX bruiser of 18% at level 1. Depending on how many dupes you put in this unit, you will be getting an increase in this, with 18 being the minimum and the max being the 30% if you just 5/5 this unit. So soul trait is full stamina only, increase normal attack damage plus 40%. She is a melee unit with lacerate and drain on her NAD, SA2, and her soul bomb. Her SA1 is a minor boost and her SA3 is a major boost. She does have a gauge. Her gauge effect gives her 100% bruiser and flurry plus 1. Innate skills, sprinter, marauder, does no affiliation damage 50%. She starts any mission off except brave battles with her gauge at 70%. Her bruiser is 70%, reduce strong attack cooldown 12%. Fire resistance 200%, gauge rampage, long reach, flurry plus 1. I don't know why we're giving units flurry plus 1 post 10th anniversary. I think this is just insane in my opinion. Even though she does get another flurry while her gauge is active, and she does have gauge rampage to help get the gauge back faster. But what are you going to do when it's not up? Be only at flurry plus 1? I just don't like that personally. Increase that summon chance against no affiliation enemies. Team/party increase strong attack damage 20%. Enhancer, poise, booster. So yeah, I mean, just from the looks of it, I mean, this is probably a character you'll definitely use for what melee, no affiliation, weak, and guild quest. So it'd be a good, nice nat unit you definitely can use, and she does have 2 boosts in her kit on the SA1 and 3. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's take a look at the attribute power-ups. What bonuses are we getting to our skills here? If we go here, we are getting a 2% boost from the attribute power-ups for our bruiser. So the base is 70%, 2% for the total of 2%. Fire resistance, the base is 200%, the attribute power-ups is 10, so total 210% as you saw there. And I think that's pretty much everything that it is affecting skills-wise. Stat-wise, we can go ahead and take a look at that very quickly. We come over here. I can get all of my characters to the max level of 409 for me. I'm getting an extra 315 attack, and I'm getting an extra 300 focus. My max link slot levels are 22, my max ascendant slot levels are 13, but like I mentioned, for this showcase, this is going to be a bare minimum showcase. 1 out of 5 T20 Links, ascendant slot at level 10. Alright, now, and for the build, I'm going to be using the Golden Chappy Hollow Bait here. Hollow Bait is at 5-star plus there. Some character links. So for the first one, I'm actually going to use the 10th anniversary Renji, just because so I can use his EX inheritance skill here, which is going to give us 25% damage to lacerated enemies, since she does have lacerate on her main source of damage, which is her NAD string. And then the rest of these 2 character links here are just some strong attack reduction and full stamina damage boost links. Bonus abilities will be full stamina damage boost and plus 200 attack. So that's enough yapping. Let's go ahead and jump into some content to see what this unit can do. Alright, so we are in the Link Slot Trials event here. She will not have Killer here because there are hollow enemies in here, and she has the no affiliation Killer plus. Yeah, so here's her NAD string. It does look pretty cool. This is going to be her main source of damage here because she is a melee NAD unit. They are terrified to make melee NAD units there. And so I wasn't paying attention. I already activated her gauge, so I'm just going to go ahead and show off her SA1 here very quickly. I'll put the details of the strong attack somewhere on the screen. And as for her SA2, never mind, we got frozen. SA2 there. And then her SA3 as soon as we get unfrozen again. And there we go. And yeah, so this unit's main source of damage will be coming from her nav strings. And so yeah, as you saw there, we basically filled our gauge just by using our nav string. You don't really have to hit or like kill anything in order to fill the gauge, as long as you're just like doing stuff. So it's pretty easy, really. So fortunately for us, she is immune to the fire status element, so we don't have to worry too much about the status element pulls on the ground here. And so with our gauge up, we are going to have an extra 100% bruiser and an increased flurry. I really don't like that though. Why does she have flurry +1? I mean, they could have I would have been fine with it being like a base +2, honestly. But nah, that's just me. I really don't like it. And obviously, if we had killer, we'd be doing a lot more damage here. And since we are not going up against no affiliation enemies, we're not going to be able to take advantage of the increased status element chance against no affiliation enemies. So we will be proccing our status elements a lot more, but you know, we just aren't. But overall, this is definitely a pretty decent unit here. It's just unfortunate she's a melee nat unit instead of range. You know how OP she would have been if she was ranged? Man. Oh, just think about it. Lacerate and drained on a ranged nat unit, inflicting that status element to prevent the enemies from using their strong attacks. Bosses? Oh, she would have been insane. I probably wouldn't have minded the flurry +1 if she was a ranged nat unit, honestly. I probably would not have. But unfortunately, they don't want to make good ranged nat units. Alright, so here we are back in another run here. Yeah, so we will actually do just quite a few runs here, not too many. So yeah, like I did with probably, well, I don't even know if, yeah, guild quest should be up by the time this video comes out. So what I'll do is, I'll just like, whenever it's melee no affiliation weekend guild quest, I'll just take this character in there just to see how well she does. And so I'll also keep her at like 1 out of 5, because if I put my dupes of her that I have in here, she'll increase her, what in the world is going on here? I'm getting stun locked. Stop. Sheesh, I was getting stun locked like crazy right there. Yeah, so I just won't put my dupes in here so we can really see how well she'll do with Nightmare difficulty. Guild quest just 1 out of 5 in T20 Links. Then after we do that, we'll probably just max Transcend her, and hopefully I'll have enough Transcendence points to actually do that. How did that hit us? Are you serious? Why does that attack come out so fast? If I was in range now, you don't have to worry about this. So yeah, that's just what I'll do when the time comes. But until then, this is just all I can do at the moment. I'm recording all of these at weekly reset, so there's not really, yeah, Epic Raids isn't even, no, Epic Raids is up right now. It's just that it's only for like mine attribute characters right now. I don't want to get freaking stun locked again by all this frozen stuff, so I'm playing a little bit careful now. Alright, so we have our gauge up. We get an extra flurry right now. So the SA3 is the major boost, and then the SA1 is the minor boost. I'm not sure what the like difference is between the minor and the major boost is. I'm pretty sure it can't be that significant though. But then again, I am just guessing. I'm not 100% sure what it is. It could be a big difference, but it could not be. Alright. So we'll go ahead and use our soul bomb again here. Oh yeah, that's right, I used it. I forgot. I didn't break these. So we'll just do this. Alright, so for the last couple of runs here, I'm going to bring this Safwig in here. This Safwig in, he increases technique attribute character's movement speed by 30%. You can pretty much tell the difference. We are moving 30% faster. And now, usually I would bring like a character that increases their main damage by like 20%, but since this mini already has that skill kind of, unfortunately we just have to be at full stem to do it, but we are not at full stem right now, so we have to try to get there and stay there. But it's kind of hard to do that since we're not really inflicting our status element that often, since these are hollow enemies. Oh, there, now we're at full stem. Yeah, that's better. So we'll try to stay here as long as possible. Try to keep my strong attack so we can like just use the iron frame so we don't get frozen again like that. Or just kill them before they do anything to us. But yeah, you can just pretty much tell the difference between having full stem and not having full stem. It is noticeable. Full stem is a very, very strong, like just skill to have. And if you get like as much of that as you can, you'll be doing a lot. So you do have to be very careful, because if you go into like a full stamina build and you lose it and you don't have a way to get it back, you're going to be struggling for damage. Because yeah, look, now our Nash strings are like doing like a little under 10,000. Well, not as much damage. They were around in the 40,000, but at full stem, yeah, see, now we're like in the 40, 50,000s. Without it, we were like a little under 20,000. Yeah, we're under 10,000, around 10,000 without the boost. But this should get us back to full stem. Yep, it did. Nice. And we got to the end here a lot faster with the Safely Gen's movement speed. Okay, so that's going to be pretty much it for this showcase. Like I mentioned earlier, when it's melee, no affiliation, weekend guild quest, we'll take this unit in here just to see how well she really is going to be doing against the hardest content in the game at the moment. And with that being said, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and as usual, until next time.